What's up, my people? How not waiting they happen, waiting this up? Yes, I know this is new. We've got Andrew Tate versus BBC in the news today. Yes, let's start off with that. Now, just like Nigeria's Tiamiyu's case, who claimed that he was interviewed for 30-something minutes, but the BBC only released few minutes of the full interview. Now, remember, immediately after the interview was made public, Nigerians started abusing Tiamiyu for opening up to BBC by the intention of some Nigerians traveling to the UK. Now, a clip of the interview went viral shortly after the UK banned foreign students, including Nigeria, from bringing in dependent. Now, some Nigerians blame this Tiamiyu for, allowing himself to be used by BBC. Now, the BBC never released the full footage of the interview where Tiamiyu talked about other important things. Now, this, some critics calls bad journalism. Now, a lot of people are beginning to suspect BBC.
Here's what your mission statement is, BBC. This is why you've lost some credibility the last couple of years. To act in public interest, serving all audiences through the provision of impartial, keyword impartial, high quality and distinctive output and services which inform, educate, and entertain. You say you inform, educate, you entertain, yet you conceal, misinform, and your content's quite frankly boring. You're cherry picking on people that you're talking to. So
they call them a weapon used against people they don't like. Now, this is the same strategy they tried to use against Andrew Tate. He's in house arrest in Romania. Now, Andrew Tate's interview lasted for 38 or something minutes, and BBC only released 8 minutes of the interview. Now, good thing Andrew Tate was smart enough to employ cameramen to cover the same interview. Just few hours after BBC released their footage, Andrew Tate's team countered that with the full uncut clip. Now, this crippled BBC and showed the embarrassing moment where the BBC reporter constantly tries to calm herself. It seemed like she had an ulterior motive, but it's just not working out.
So that the BBC actually took down the video only a day after they posted it on their YouTube channel due to the backlash. The video they uploaded was a highly edited version of the real thing that used jump cuts to make the journalist appear like she was being firm and assertive, when in fact that really wasn't the case.
Now, Andrew Tate was very smart with his answers, and she seemed defeated, but continued to attack Andrew Tate like an activist instead of handling it like a professional journalist.
When Tate defends himself and speaks, Lucy constantly pacifies and scratches her arm. This only happens in line with when Tate defends himself. It doesn't happen when she's asking the questions, which is interesting. From this, we can safely say that she's getting stressed when Andrew provides a defense for himself. This is biased journalism. The journalist is getting emotional, likely due to anger, which is a common cause for stress, when he answers her questions in a way that she doesn't like. It's in clear view that the BBC interviewer has her own agenda, and is only there to try and demonize him. She has no interest in impartiality, in letting Andrew tell his side of the story.
Let's read some comments. On BBC's page, they posted that 8 minutes video or 12 minutes video, which is like 8 minutes interview, on their page on YouTube, and they were blasted. Seriously. Here somebody said, thank you BBC for making me realize how manipulated media can be. Another person here, thank you BBC for demonstrating that Andrew is stronger than I thought. Another person, I'm so thankful that the lies and deceit that the media has peddled for years are finally being exposed. Thank you, Andrew, for paying a high price to help uncover it all. Respect. The fact he recorded the whole interview with his own camera and published it on YouTube is genius. As a woman, I stand with Andrew. We need more men like him. What a man. The whole corporate world is almost entirely against him, framing him and taking things out of context. Yet he's still shining through all the darkness and putting his important message out there. The last one here, the fact that Andrew recorded this with his own camera to stop BBC from misreporting him is just genius. First, I want to say I'm not a big Andrew Tate fan. But when I see, bad journalism, especially from top dogs like BBC, it's just disappointing, and this wouldn't be the first time they've flopped during an interview. 2 months ago, they interviewed Elon Musk, and it was a total disaster. The interviewer was obviously not ready for that interview, coming up with accusations without proof. For me, it's like BBC don't come prepared for interviews. They only come to attack and accuse without strong proof. And when the interviewee or the person that's being interviewed outsmart them, they become powerless, furious, left with nothing to say, and instead they keep attacking and accusing you.
Is it the BBC?
You're literally asking me?
Yes. That's why I'm asking for examples. Can you name one example?
I honestly don't use. Honestly, I
you
don't.
Can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why. Because I don't actually use that for you feed anymore. But
I'm asking for one example.
Right.
And you can't give a single one.
And I'm saying.
Then I say, sir, that you don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yes, because you can't give me a single example of hateful content, not even one tweet, and yet you claimed that the hateful content was high.
Well,
that's false.
No, what I claimed...
You just lied.
What? No.
I'm literally asking for a single example, and you can't name one.
Right, and as I already said, I don't use that feed. But
then how would you know?
I don't think this is getting anywhere.
This, again, I want to say is bad journalism. Now, Andrew Tate, in case you don't know, is a social media personality who recently had a heated and intense interview with the BBC, which caused a lot of discussions among the public. Now, during the interview, the journalist talked about serious accusations made against Tate, such as rape, human trafficking, and mistreating women. In response, Tate strongly denied all the accusations, saying he is innocent and has no involvement in any of those crimes. However, he faced more trouble when a recent article from a British media outlet accused him of sexual assault relating to an incident from 2014. That's about Andrew Tate, in case you don't know. Now, guys, let us move straight to the next one. The next one is about Yul Edochie. Now, rumors has it that Nollywood actor and skit maker Yul Edochie, who has been involved in various controversies, has been replaced as the face and ambassador of the Eastern beer brand Life Lager. Now, in a new video released by the brand, actor Frederick Leonard was introduced as the new face of the brand, although there's been no official confirmation from the brand or Yul Edochie himself. Many people interpreted the video as a sign that Yul Edochie has been removed as the brand ambassador. Now, Nigerians have reacted mockingly to the unconfirmed news, attributing, the decision to the controversy surrounding Yul Edochie. Others have suggested that, the choice of a new brand ambassador may be unrelated to Yul Edochie's personal life. Now, speculating that his contract with the company simply expired and both parties mutually decided not to renew it. That is, the information we are getting about Yul Edochie. Now, there's more, guys. I stumbled on a video of Yul Edochie and the second wife. So the second wife in their new comedy skit says that Yul Edochie is with another girl, allegedly with another. I know some people are saying, don't talk about this as long as it's on social media, and I'm honestly enjoying the show. Let's just watch.
This is past 2 a.m. and Yul is not back. Past 2 a.m. and he's not back home. Past 2. Past 2. Now, if I talk, everybody would be like, I'm complaining. I'm talking back. Past 2 in the morning, past 2 a.m. and he's not back. I've called him more than 10 missed calls, but he's not picking my calls. He did not pick one single call tonight. So as it stands now, I don't even know where he is. I'm not if he's fine or not. Now, look at him. So it will seem as if I'm just talking and just this is him. Look at him. Yeah. He's just coming back home by past 2 a.m. This is 2 in the morning. This is 2 in the morning. And he's just coming home. Is this fair? How is this fair? This is past 2 in the morning. Past 2.
What are you calling me for?
Don't I have a right to know where you are?
To achieve what?
Chineke me. Okay, so what if something bad happens to you, God forbid? Eh? What if then we hear Menuzo? And then I won't know where you are. I won't know how to track you. Is that what you're saying?
Nothing will happen to me. God is always protecting me. Nothing will happen to me.
Moving on to the next one. So these guys, Matthew Precious, Kelechi, and Amako Johnson, the viral security guards. Now, we all know that these guys received scholarship to study in Cyprus. Now, we also know or got the information that they've dropped out of school. Now, according to an anonymous source, the boys lived a lavish lifestyle at the expense of Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere. And again, they were performing poorly academically and indulging in smoking, drinking, and partying instead of focusing on their studies. Now, the source also mentioned that they failed 6 out of 7 courses and displayed their extravagant lifestyle on social media. I mean, you can see them in that picture with Azul, NSC, and things like that. Despite the man's support, that's the Apostle Chibuzo's support, the boys did not take their academics seriously and received numerous negative reports. That's what this source said. Guys, what do you think? The next one right here is about Shagun Ogunbi. Now, there are allegations that movie producer Shagun Ogunbi and his second wife, actress Wunmi Ajiboye, have separated. Now, this news comes as a surprise after Shagun Ogumbi's first wife spoke positively about her rival, Wunmi Ajiboye. Now, according to reports, right, Shagun Ogunbi celebrated his wives on social media, both of them, for their peace, love, maturity, and blessings. It was rumored that, Shagun had impregnated Wunmi, who was his wife's best friend, and they had a ceremony to formalize their union, causing problems in his marriage. However, Shagun Ogunbi dismissed the rumor, stating that his wives did not know each other before he got married, and that he has a peaceful household. He emphasized that it is up to God to ensure a peaceful home and urged others to mind their own business. And you always see this guy in videos with the second wife. They do movies together, almost everything together. What is really going on? They are yet to confirm this. Moving on to the next one. This one is a very sad news. Nigeria's tallest man, Afeez Agoro Oladimeji, has passed away at the age of 48. Now, Afeez, who stood at a height of 7 feet 4 inches, had been suffering from chronic hip arthritis for several months. He was taken to Lagos University Teaching Hospital, that's LUTH, in the evening on June 14th after experiencing complications. But Afeez sought financial assistance to undergo surgery, but unfortunately, he passed away at around 7:30 p.m. the same day. May his gentle soul rest in peace. Okay, guys, moving on to the next one. Here we have Blessing CEO. So Blessing CEO, as usual, posted a video on social media advising women. Here she said, why women want to get married today is to reduce hunger. And somebody replied, so it was hunger that made you marry your first husband. After you chop belle full, then you start making issues with him too. The same is applicable to you, Blessing CEO. Sometimes you shoot yourself in the leg in the name of trying to advise people. Can't you see it? If you complained and left your ex because of some reasons, then you are not left out in this table. It is good you are teaching from your experience. A good thing. And she replied, guess you felt attacked. Go and work. Please, lazy minds. And the lady continued, Blessing, you are the one feeling bad now. I am not lazy. Check me out. Always embrace the truth. It is bitter, but it has to be told. Stop the name calling. You are a role model. I'm a school owner. If you really want to know, everything is not shown on social media. Well, guys, let us listen to this.
You know the reason why you married that man. Every woman always see the bad signs, but some of us ignore it because of some certain benefits. So don't tell me that rubbish. You saw it. I said, stop. You saw the bad sign. But money no agree you. Bone straight hair no agree you. Close eye. Then by the time he has bought all the bone straight hair for you, made you comfortable, you are disturbing us online. He was domestic. Who he was violenting you before? Why you not run? Hunger. And that is the reason why our marriages today are not working, because a lot of girls are lazy, they are hungry. I opened an office in Lagos and I employed people, and I realized that there are jobs, but girls don't want to work. A lot of girls in Lagos, especially Lekki, are used to prostitution. You will find
Congratulations to Hilda Bassey once again, even after the acknowledgement by Guinness World Record. They said that, yeah, so this is our best performing tweet of all time, with nearly 25 million news feeds reach. Oh my God. So they said that the tweet announcing Hilda Bassey as the latest record holder for the longest cookathon is best performing tweet of all time. Their best performing tweet of all time. Nigerians, yes, we've got our heat, we've got the power, to push your content. Yeah. The next one is about Dami. Dami said in a new interview, she said, my 120 hours cookathon was not for Guinness World Record. It was just like exercise for me. I'm a student and I'm going back to school. Let's listen to this.
Orúkọ mi ni Dámilọ́lá Adéparísì. Mo jẹ́ ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ní olú ìlú Adó-Èkìtì. Mo dẹ̀ jẹ́ ọmọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ University Federal University ní Ọ̀yẹ́ Èkìtì. Nípa ti Guinness Book of Record àti bóyá mo compete pẹ̀lú Hilda Bassey, mo kàn ṣe nǹkan tó máa ń jẹ́ kí inú mi dùn, nǹkan tí mo máa ń enjoy, tó máa ń dùn mọ́ mi inú tí n bá ń ṣe is cooking. Guinness Book of Record kò sí nínú èròǹgbà kan mi pé kinní kan, because I'm not doing it. Mo ṣe pé kí Guinness of Record kan lè mọ̀ mi. I'm just doing it for people that might want to watch this little girl. Àwọn tó bá fẹ́ wo ọmọ kékeré tó ń dáná yìí, àbí èmi fúnra mi tí mo fẹ́ enjoy kí n máa dúró nínú kitchen. Something I did it. Mo kàn ṣe fún nǹkan. Because mo ṣe fún mi know that Guinness of Record will want to do something.
About EFCC chairman. So this man, Mr. Abdul Karim, has been appointed as the acting chairman of the EFCC after Mr. Abdul Rashid Bawa was suspended by President Bola Tinubu. Now, this man, who was previously the director of operations of the commission, that's EFCC, is an experienced, according to report, an experienced investigator specializing in cybercrime and money laundering. He has held various command positions within the EFCC and has collaborated with international law enforcement organizations. He has also worked with other governments to develop laws and infrastructure for law enforcement actions. Mr. Abdul Karim has received training both locally and internationally, including at Oxford University in the United Kingdom in 2022. Guys, what do you think about this new development? We've got serious accusations against this man, Bawa. They said that, let me put it this way, accusations falling out here and there, back and forth, left and right. Yeah. So they said that this man spent $300,000 to pay for hotel for just 10 days. No, you guys have got to watch this video. Let's go ahead and watch.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, who traveled for lesser Hajj with his wife, children, parents, and other family members about a month ago. It was revealed that while in Jeddah and Mecca, they stayed in Sheraton Hotel, which cost about $15,000 for 10 days per room, and Mr. Bawa paid for 6 rooms, and the hotel accommodation for the trips is estimated to be around $300,000. We understand the need for a religious pilgrimage for every personal individual, but we have failed in every possible thought to justify how Abdurrashid Bawa could easily afford that luxury without batting an eyelid. It is of great concern to everyone how the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, would opt in for such a luxury that was not funded by the government, even with an obvious knowledge of what his monthly take-home is. Mr. Bawa needs to come clean on the way and manner he has prosecuted the anti-corruption fight, and should therefore explain how seized assets by the EFCC have been sold without adherence to due process, which exclude all form of kickbacks gotten from such process. For the record, Mr. Bawa was found wanting and reported arrested and detained in 2019 at the Port Harcourt office of the Commission, where he was the zonal head, on the fraudulent sale of trucks, which necessitated his removal and detention by the same EFCC for selling at least 244 commission seized patrol-bearing trucks worth about 20 and 30 million naira each to his proxies at a ridiculous amount of 100,000 naira through a shady auction exercise. Also recently, a Lokoja High Court
that is where I'm going to hold it. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, like this video, subscribe. Until we see you next time. Peace.